So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2 between Viking.gg and Alliance. We saw in that first game, Alliance, they were pretty much in the driver's seat for a large portion of that game. It was quite back and forth in some of the fights, but they did just carry on persisting, pushing them forward, the advantage they did have, and eventually take the game. All they needed was one lane of racks and go straight for that throne. And they take the game away from Viking.gg. So we'll see if they're able to rebound and push this to a potential Game 3, or if Alliance are just going to clear this out in an easy 2-0 fashion. We'll have to wait and see. So this time Alliance, they ban out the Ench. Maybe thinking that Solari was doing a pretty good job in the previous game, and they just want to remove that away from him. So what did they ban instead in the first game? I can't remember what it was they took away actually. It was the Slardar. Well, okay, there's a Slardar, and I think it was a Magnus. And Viking took away the Faceless Void and an IO last time, so see if they're going to do the same bans, or maybe if they want to swap that around and maybe take something else away. Well, they're just going to do the same bans. Faceless Void and IO taken out. Pretty standard there. So we'll see what Alliance going to pick up for their first grab. They're actually going to lead up with the Alina this time. Taking it away from the hands of Aramis. But then, like in the previous game, this Lina, it could be pretty flexible. It's not guaranteed to be that pos 4 role, so it could still be swapped around towards the mid. The Viking, they're actually going to take up the Venge this time themselves in the first pick. So it could be potentially they're setting up to do the Drow combo themselves, and yeah, just try and beat down Alliance the same way they beat them down. A little bit of revenge. I mean, you know, Alina combo, they could potentially snatch it away this time, but they're not going to bother. They're actually going to take the Undying. So that'll most likely be in the hands of FNG in the position 5. But yeah, Viking.gg, they do the Drow Venge combo. We'll see if it's as effective as it was in the hands of Alliance, and if they're able to take this one from them. Unduty. There's always an Undying nowadays. Always just that position 5 there. So I liked Viking's plan in the previous game on how to deal with this Drow in the laning phase, and they did actually get a kill on her pretty soon with the Lina and the Chaos Knight combo. But I don't think S4 really plays Chaos Knight that much. They probably won't do that sort of similar play. But they've already got the Lina, so they're probably going to be looking for a position 3 which can set up for an easy LSA connection. Maybe you want someone who can either stun from afar or at least close the gap and set up for an easy pickup. Could actually see them run a Tusk once again, but instead of putting it in Handskin, they actually give it to S4 to run into core, and that way you can obviously snowball into the Drow, shard her off, sets up for an easy LSA from the Lina, or even the other way around. You could take the Tusk and still give that to Handskin and then run the Lina as the position 3 core. It's not too bad. I mean, the Lina is quite squishy, so there is the potential for her to get taken down from the Venge and the Drow. But as long as Handskin's always nearby, then it should be quite safe. But it is one of those heroes which you can't really leave on her own as a position 3. She's just way too squishy and she'll fool every single time. So maybe they'll think of something different. Viking are actually going to take up the Mars now. So that'll be for Toby in the off lane. He's a good hero as well that can sit in front of the Drow and make quite a lot of space for her, keep her nice and protected. So we could potentially see a Lifestealer pickup from the side of Alliance now. Does lane up quite nicely against the Mars. But there is just the downside of the fact that a Lifestealer can't really close the distance between himself and the Drow. So that could potentially let him down. I mean, Alliance, they could still pick up the Lifestealer and then maybe a Snapfire for the mid. And then once the Snapfire gets the Aghanims, you'll always be able to just fire the Lifestealer on top of the Drow, perhaps. But instead they're actually going to go for the Viper. So is that going to be for S4 in the off lane, or are they going to try and run that mid in the hands of Limp? I mean, it doesn't, obviously it's not like an LSA setup, so maybe it's not, maybe it will be for the mid lane for Limp. But even still, a Viper doesn't obviously threaten the Drow too much once those team fights sort of break out, especially once the Drow gets that Hurricane Pike and she's easily able to disengage. Oh, so Viking are actually going to take up the Phoenix, so there's going to be that old Classico Arena egg combo. Used to see it all the damn time. I haven't actually seen it for a while now, but here we go. We're going to see it one more time. I mean, Alliance, they do have the Viper and the Lina, which can be quite nice at taking down the egg, but obviously Viking, they've got the Arena, so it will negate all the projectiles that will be flying towards that egg, as long as if Toby's able to set up the Arena in the correct position. Same with Aramis on the Phoenix. As long as if he's in the correct position as well, they should be able to get this combo off pretty much every time. So see if Alliance are going to snap up this Lifestealer. But they're still going to need some way of getting some reach to go on towards the Drow. Okay, so actually going to take the PA. It is another way that can jump towards the Drow. But we'll obviously struggle a little bit more against the Mars. Obviously can't dodge out the spear and can be pinned to the side of the wall of the arena. But at least she can Phantom Strike over the top of the arena walls and just get out of it that way. So it's looking like it's just the mid lane left for both sides. Maybe Alliance are going to be after another way to get towards the back line, so maybe see a Storm Spirit for them, for Limp. I mean, it's the same sort of plan that Viking tried doing in the previous game, which didn't really pan out too well for him. But Viking, they ban out the mag, so maybe they're thinking that this Viper is going to be for the mid lane. It does all, yeah, does all make sense. So maybe, still trying to think of what would be a decent combo setup for the Lina. Maybe potentially a position 3 Snapfire. Does have that cooking stun, but I mean it's not exactly the longest range, so the Drow would have to heavily step out of position to actually get caught out by it. Yeah, I can't really think of what could potentially. No, I was thinking like a Centaur to maybe get on top of Drow with the Stampede, but it only really be the Undying. that would benefit because the PA can still just pop straight on top of him. Sorry. Alliance, they ban up the TA. Take away that from the mid lane coming out from Viking. As far as Viking sort of need. I mean, they've got a nice bit of AoE team fight coming out from the Mars and the Phoenix. They've got a nice amount of damage coming out from the Drow. They got the save from the Venge. So, I mean, I said it in the previous game for Alliance, but I mean, it could work this time for Vikings, taking the Nature's Prophet. Because the Nature's Prophet is something you never put it in a lineup to fill a gap. You only put it in a lineup to just sort of make it slightly better, just make your lineup stronger in any sort of particular way. But I mean, it's already got some stuns, it's already got a big AoE team fight, it's already got some damage, so he's literally just there to increase the buff on the team, and he would definitely benefit from the Drow and the Venge as well. And yeah, they do actually ban out the Tusk from Vikings, so maybe think it could potentially run that as a core role. Okay, so actually take the Tiny. So is it going to be core Tiny or core Lina? Suppose. Yeah, I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. Could be a Tiny mid in the hands of Limp. Could be Tiny position 4 for Hanskin, and then S4 take the Lina. I'm unsure of them. But Viking actually take the Invoker. There's someone who benefits from those heroes. So, Limp's actually taking the Lina for the mid lane. So S4's taking the Viper position 3, and Hanskin's going to have the Tiny as the 4. You know what, everything on the side of Viking is pretty explanatory. Oh, is there a stand-in for Viking? It says Tanner. Did it say that before? I mean, I know Boom was lagging last time, so what, has he actually swapped out because his connection was too crap? Oh, well, that's disappointing if it is the case. We'll see if Tanner's able to perform and fill up his fill the gap if it is actually a swap around. So looking at this, like these lineups, I think I'm preferring Viking, to be honest with you. It's a well-rounded draft. They got good team fight. They got good damage. Got loads of utility disables throughout the team. So yeah, I think I'm favouring Viking for this game. If this on the side of Alliance, I'm not really seeing any like clear game plan. Yeah, like today. Yeah, I think I'm favouring Viking for this one. Let's see if they're going to be able to take this one or not. Lakad Matatag! Normalin, Normalin. We got ruined by the ho 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 ha ha ha. Nearly festive. Not quite. So it looks like everything's going to be split very evenly across the map. 2-2-1-2 from both sides. No one's going to go for any sort of try moves towards the bot. Guarantee any bounties. Why does it always happen at the same time in these games? Like, it's either both teams send 3 down bottom and like one team sends 3 that way, the other team sends 3 that way, or they meet in the middle, or if it's ever a 2-1-2, then both teams do 2-1-2 every single time. It's really strange. Very strange indeed. Conspiracy.
30 seconds and counting.
Never mind. Vikings actually move 4 heroes down towards the spot lane. Maybe just want to try and secure up the bounties. So yeah, it is actually... Yeah, so it's not Boom. Tana is standing in for Boom. He was lagging in that previous game, so I'm assuming that's the reason why he's not in this one. So see if he's able to perform and keep Viking in this series, or whether it might just be Doom for them and they'll be out of it already. There's not much they can do to contest that bounty room. They'll lose that. Meanwhile, up top, Toby does actually win the Click War against FNG, so it's just going to be 2 for 2 on the bounties across the map. We'll see if FNG is able to make loads of space for Nico Baby to be able to actually get his farm on the go. Oh, Dozamuk misses there. It's Tower of Undying, just forcing them both away all by himself. Sure, he's not doing any damage, but he's being annoying. That's all he needs to be. So the mid, it's still just slightly favouring. Well, actually, I say slightly. It's massively favouring Limp so far. 6 and 4 to the 1 and 1 of Tana, and there are even creeps on the in the lane as well. So very nice start so far for Limp. We'll see if he's able to keep this lead going. Just completely face Tana out. It's early doors yet though. Can't go saying that for any sort of certainty. Hans can actually get the majority of the XP in this wave. S4 is now the position 4 boys. With level 2 available now for Hanskin, he's going to be able to set up some more moves across the map. He's just potentially waiting around to see if anyone steps out of place. Maybe might look to get a toss back onto Soleri. Who knows? I think this ward's actually going to scout out. No, it doesn't. It really scouted out that courier, and then Hanskin might have just gone for the little quick kill before he could deliver the items. Boom still, Nico Baby. He's doing alright on the farm as well. Oh, actually down bomb. Looks like Hanskin did actually toss Soleri back into the waiting arms of S4 underneath the tower as well. And there's nothing the Soleri can do to survive that. This Venge is way too damn squishy, no real survivability. So as for nice chunk of denies on him as well, definitely reducing the XP that's coming in towards for Shad. Hanskin, I thought he might have gone for like an early rotation. Seems out they'd already got that kill and forced Viking into an awkward position. Thought maybe he would have tried to transition a mid to get an early kill onto Tana. I think maybe he's just waiting for this courier kill. It's his main objective for now. Meanwhile, in the mid, Limp is still very far ahead. 20 and 8 to the 10 and 1. Hugely ahead on CS at the moment. Double the actual last hits and a million times more on the actual denies as well. Yeah, is he actually going to be level 5? Oh, he's nearly level 5 after that creep wave. Meanwhile, Tana, I can't quite see, just about halfway towards his level 5. So a nice chunk of XP favouring Limp so far. Nico Baby, even he's doing actually okay up here. I think FNG is just able to make enough space for him that he's second on CS at the moment. Does he having to spend too? I don't think he's having to spend too much on resources either. Still got another tango in the south available. Oh, down bomb. Slurry actually ends up dying once again. I think all it was just an avalanche and then auto attacks with MS4 that time. No sort of tossing into awkward positions. So maybe now we'll actually see Hanskin rotate towards the mids. Maybe you could actually just wait for the 5-minute bounties and then potentially try and make a move. Makes a stack while he's going to go get that bounty rune, bottles it up. He's actually going for 3 points into the Dragon Slave, so just going for like big on the burst damage at the moment. You know, rotation's coming out from Aramis. Maybe just wants to make a little play down bottom to try and make a bit more space for Shad. He is just slightly behind on CS at the moment, comparable to Nico Baby. So see if they're able to find anything. But I mean, the only disable they actually got between these three heroes is just the magic missile for Solari. And it's pretty difficult for him to actually get close enough to really use this spell properly. But I mean, because of this rotation from Aramis, that just means proper free farm now for Nico Baby. There's nothing that can really contest it. Just the Undying alone is going to be enough to zone out this Mars. He's going to jump forward onto him now, just applying a bit of pressure. And it's okay in the mid though. Viking, the two supports have done a smoke up and want to potentially make a move onto Limp if they got lucky and the rune did spawn down here. But unfortunately for them, it does actually spawn top. Limp's able to bottle that up. Now, Tanner, he's actually making a rotation down bottom. Saw that Nico Baby's getting gone on. Shad, sorry. He's still taking quite a bit of damage. Hanskin, S4 actually manages to get the final touch there with the dots. Hanskin's probably going to pay with this with his life. But that's a trade that they'll gladly take. Just the position 4 and taking away the position 1 on the side of Viking. They'll gladly take that any day of the week. Looks like even S4 now making a rotation, trying to get a little backstab there on Aramis, but luckily for him, he makes a rotation in the right direction. Oh, gets to the TP out. S4, why'd you stop attacking? Oh, a little bit of misplay there by S4. I don't think he realised FNG was going to had enough damage to that soul rip. I think all he needed was 2 more auto attacks from S4 and he would have died. Even Shad now rotate back up to the top lane. Seems our bot lane is just real dangerous for him now. But even still, he's a whole level behind Nico Baby. So we'll probably see a couple of rotations. Even Hanskin rotating around now. TV's coming in from S4. They got the avalanche onto Shad to begin with. A lot of damage coming up from S4 as well. Plus the Owner Shadows. No way for Shad to live. Hanskin, he's trying to get in range for a toss, but the God's Rebuke there from Toby keeps him back. Allows them to escape. But even still, Alliance, they get the priority kill of Shad, and Nico Baby just immediately TPs to the bot lane. I suppose realising that S4 TP up top, so he couldn't leave without screwing himself over. So Nico Baby very, very nicely says, I'll go bottom, bro. Don't you worry. I'll take that farm. You can stay up there. Good bit of coordination. You're all up to the top lane. The Lagoon really gets committed onto Tanner. He's just able to survive. The Sentry Wall comes out, and that final little right click up to the high ground. And Limp does get it. So Tanner falls. So everything just going really well so far for the side of Alliance. Everything just going more and more into their favour. 5-1, 2k gold leads. All 3 of their cores at the top of the net worth. Jesus, look at Limp's farm. He's 4.2k. And the next hero for the side of Viking is 2.8k on the Mars. So still really far behind this Lina. Just super damn fat. Comparable to the CS chart, 74 and 12. And even Nico Baby, who's second on that, is only 50 and 9. Absolutely mental farm on this on Limp so far. Even a little mango tree. Gonna get a load of mangoes to help him out. Shad's actually been relegated to the jungle now. As level 5. Doesn't even have his ultimate on. Oh, that's rough. That's real rough. It's definitely going to slow this game down quite heavily. Maybe we've got a little mid tower to actually farm particularly safely. Hey, this guy's level 6 now at least, so they will be able to farm a little bit quicker if he's forced to go back into that jungle. There's 3 heroes from Viking up top as well, but it's pretty difficult for them to try and make a move on either of these 2 heroes. Both pretty damn strong. Oh, jump forward for Nika, baby. He does get the crit and then the dagger connection as well, but it's not enough to bring him down. Limp though, he's just charging forward. As soon as he gets the sight, I think he was just gone for a Lagoon Blade commit, or if you did actually see him, couldn't quite actually get the vision. Meanwhile, they get Alliance, they try to go for the bounty rune, they do actually get it, and they don't even get trapped in this arena, they're all able to fall back. The EMP does come out, which takes away all of Espol's mana. Now Hanskin's going to focus on himself. Going to see if he's going to toss anyone back, but he ends up getting pinned to the wall. That's just going to be a free kill for Vikings. They do find Hanskin at least, but at least S4 survived, plus also taking away the bounty rune. And then there's the Lagoon Blade committed down onto Aramis. Drops pretty quickly. That should be a tier 1 going for the side of Alliance now. It is still pretty healthy, but they got the catapult. It's going to be able to do quite a nice amount of work. Oh, meanwhile at the top though, actually, Viking, they're making another aggressive move. They do actually manage to find the grab onto FNG. The Tornado connects onto S4 before he's able to fully retreat. Even the multi-shot, with the arrow speared into them, does way too much damage. Hanskin though with the double avalanche toss combo. And that's going to set up for a nice double kill there for Limp. So it does actually end up being a 2-for-2 trade. But I mean, this is at the time that Shad has to get committed with these kills, so he's not off farming. Meanwhile, Nika baby, he's just off down bottom doing his own thing. It looks like everyone on Viking though is going to carry on hanging around up here. This tier 1's still super healthy though, so it's not going to be the easiest siege. Actually, Limp thought maybe he might have tried to stay around here to stop this from happening, but a little bit too risky for him. I mean, he does have Laguna Blade available. He could just come here, Laguna Blade the Phoenix, then probably just get a free kill. Actually, no, there's four heroes inside of Viking up here. Would be pretty dangerous. And they're trying to go for an immediate smoke up after getting that tower kill. We'll see if they're able to actually find anything with this. The Yule's now online for Limp. Going to be easy LSA setup. So double damage just spawn, but he ends up getting caught up by the tornado there from Tanner. Even going to snatch away from him. The egg gets committed, jumps straight down onto Limp. He's getting pretty low, swap back, and there's nothing that Limp can do to survive. Even another swap back there pulls Hanskin back into the stun from the egg. An easy spear set up, and then Tanner gets a double kill from that. So nice little move there from Viking, actually finally picking up a couple of kills without any sort of rebuttal coming up from Alliance. So finally we get something a little advantageous come out from this. But even still, Nika Baby's off, farming his way. 900, well no, actually only 700 gold away from finishing up this Battle Fury. You know, what's Shad's like? He's still working towards his Dragon Lance. And he's 1200 gold behind Nika Baby at the moment. Not hugely insurmountable, but it's a lead nonetheless. And as soon as that Battle Fury gets finished up for Nika Baby, we'll probably start to see that disparity grow even more. Oh, there's a 3-man smoke up come out from Alliance. We'll actually bump into Soleri. Ooh, the Avalanche actually ends up missing. They're going to toss Limp in. We'll just get Magic Missile to the face though. And even the arena comes out now. He's going to trap them all in. The Goonbed though does get committed to fling off Soleri, but all three of these heroes are trapped in by the EMP burns. All of their mana away. They're taking a lot of damn damage. S4 ends up falling. It looks like Limp's going to fall pretty damn soon. He's just able to survive. The Soul Rip that came off FNG keeps him nice and healthy. And so it's just actually S4 able to, that does fall down. But still, Toby paid that with his life, so it ends up being a 2-for-1 trade favouring Alliance. It looks really good there for the side of Viking to begin with, but just a little bit too much sustain coming up from the side of Alliance. It actually keeps them all alive. Lovely soul rip from FNG, just saving Limp's life. Even still, that was Shad getting involved. Did he get one? Yeah, he got the kill onto S4. So that's a little bit of extra gold for him. Even still, Battle Fury, 50 gold now, wait for Nico Baby. Ooh, I missed that again, but FNG actually ends up dropping. Tanner gets another kill. Was there just a swap? Yeah, I think it was a swap set up there from Soleri. Pulls him back in. Easy setup there for the Invoker to get a free kill. Going up top. So Hanskin maybe potentially thinking about setting something up there, but loads of TP rotations coming out from Viking. Or just keep him defended. And Tornado even connects on to Hanskin, pinned to the wall, and there's he's dead. Tiny crumbles. And there will be enough to score him to the bounties up top. Even Aramis getting the one down bottom as well. So it ends up being going to be a 3-for-1 trade. So it's actually just slowly that lead is getting smaller and smaller for Alliance now. Even Toby just going for that Yules so he can easily set up for a couple of spears. Just really prioritising, just trying to guarantee that they can get a lot of disable off. So there is a side in the trees. Ooh, FNG nearly scoured that out actually. Oh, he does actually eventually spot him. Slayer just trapped all alone in the trees. Ooh, the Hanskin just blocks his escape. He's just trapped in between these two heroes. And an easy avalanche toss. She gets absolutely crumbled. Poor old Soleri. Hey, at least he's able to drag creeps a little bit, but another soul up there for FNG takes that little illusion away. Blink Dagger now online for Hanskin, so he's going to be able to set up for a few kills now. TP back to his base just so he can get his mana back up, and then we'll probably see Alliance try and make a move with this. We do actually spot Aramis down bottom farming up, but he's going to go for the TP away. Huge creep wave though for Nico Baby to farm up. Lots and lots of tasty gold there. Another smoke coming out now from the side of Viking, all 5 of them. Gonna start heading into the dire triangle. We won't bump into anyone up there. So they may potentially run into Hanskin. They do actually spot in front of the crew web. Nice little blink dagger out there. Keeps himself safe. Aramis going for the Sunray. The Tornado, it will actually connect. So they're going to try and set up for this with the cold snaps on top. He's taking quite a bit of damage. He's able just to retreat for now, but he will actually die from that EMP. You know, the egg now gets committed with the arena in there as well. There's no way for the side of Alliance to actually bring down this egg. FNG ends up falling. Soleri did die as well, but even still, that's definitely a favourable trade for Viking. Ends up being two for one. It is just supports end up dying, but I suppose a nice little light at the end of the tunnel there for Alliance was the fact that was the 2 big team fight ultimates used from Viking. And as I said, it is just the 2 supports that died for it. So it's not the worst trade in the world for them. It means that it will be Nico Baby kept safe for quite a while until those ultimates are off cooldown at least. A jump forward from Hanskin. We will actually get hit by the slow from Tanner. Now it's going to turn on to him with the cold snap. Sunray as well doing tons of damage, and the spear from Toby just nails Aramis in the back, Hanskin in the back, sorry, and he falls. Ooh, nice little tornado, even connects onto 2 in the back. So Viking, they're just finding nice little pokes and prods. Yule's now online for Toby as well. Shad building on for that Manta style. Actually has enough to finish up now. And he's going to immediately start working towards that, towards the butterflies as next item. But now that it's the Desolator finished up for Nico Baby, so there is that potential just to immediately burst someone down. So see if maybe they're going to try and make a move with this item. They are all gathering in the mid lane. Looks like they're going to go for a smoke play potentially. No, they're not going to bother actually. They're just going to still split up and carry on farming. Limp's going to head back to their triangle. Not even going to bother going for a stack. Just going to take that creep camp on its own. The rest of the lines are just moving in this little group of 4. Maybe expecting some play to come up from Vikings, seeing as how they do have their big ultimates online now. There's not anything too crazy is going to happen there. BKB online for Limp as well. So he's actually going to be able to stand his ground in these fights rather than just getting pinned all the time to these arenas and spears. Both teams just position themselves on opposite sides of the river. Even a smoke coming out from Alliance. They said they want to go for a big wraparound and try and get behind the side of Viking while they're taking this road. But it's dropping really quickly. They need to hurry up. This is going to fall before they actually get into position to make anything happen here. I don't think... Do they even realise this is going on? I don't think they do. That's just a free road for Viking. I mean, Aramis, he runs up into the high ground. He's going to get caught. Even Tannerlin gets hit by the Tusk Avalanche combo. He's taking quite a bit of damage with the Soleri. He swaps him out, keeps him into safety. Now Limp's going to focus his attention on Soleri, going to try and do as much damage as he can. Actually, he's going to swap over to the Drow. Drow gets used up. They can't go follow. Meanwhile, the rest of the Alliance just sweep around the back. They finish up Tanner. They finish up Soleri as well. Tosses Toby back into the waiting arms of everyone else. Toby's going to end up falling. Even Nico Baby, he's going to drop as well. The egg, it does get committed, but it's miles away. It's not going to help anyone at all. Then finally Shad respawns. He just immediately gets hit up by the rest of the side. FNG falls. S4 actually falls. Where's all this damage coming from? Just absolutely annihilates everyone. Now it's just Shad left all alone. Ultra kill comes out for Nico Baby. Unfortunately, he can't quite get the rampage as Limp does steal that away from him. But even still, just a very successful fight coming out there from Alliance. It ends up being a 6 for 2 trade. 2 buybacks coming out on Aramis and on Tanner as well. Even, there was a dieback on Aramis. So it looked a little bit... It looked like it could have gone really well for Viking. The fact that they're able to snatch that Roche away, but they just ran up to that high ground and got annihilated immediately. It looked really surprising though when Shad respawned and actually was doing quite a lot of damage and brought a couple of people down with him. But unfortunately for him, there just wasn't enough sustain to keep him going. So now 8k gold lead in the advantage for Alliance. Ooh, Nico Baby, he comes to farm with the creep. Yeah, the tornado does get committed, but doesn't actually connect onto anything. Even Limp TP's in there, maybe thinking they were going to try and make some sort of counter play. But everyone on the side of Vikings completely bailing. Oh, the Tombstone gets put onto the high ground. It does actually spot him out, but it's not going to be enough to try and set up for any sort of kills. And that's just a free 200 gold going towards Shad. And then Alliance just want to keep this movements going. They do actually spot out Toby. Dagger comes out from Nico Baby to slow him down. They're actually going to jump forward and be onto it, but he's put himself in a dangerous position. He's just going to immediately pop his BKB. Going to focus on his egg. I don't think he's going to be able to damage it in time. The all-right click is coming out from Limp. It's just enough to actually assist him in bringing it down. Toby now getting focused on himself. Soleri even just got a Gluna Blade to the face. There's double kill so far for Limp. Toby, he's probably going to end up dropping. Even Shad, though, he ends up just getting brought down by Limp solo. So it's 4 kills for Alliance. Even now, Tanner, he tries to retreat, but he gets completely caught out. Ultra kill this time going towards Limp instead of Nico Baby. Just Alliance have gone on an absolute mad one and just crushing Viking in this game too. It started like this game was going alright for Viking for a large portion, but these last 2 fights just completely been disastrous for the side of Viking. And it's looking real rough. It's looking real rough. I'm not sure what they can really do to bring themselves back into this game. I think they need to go for like a real perfect initiation with that egg and arena combo. It's the only thing I can really see them keep themselves in this game. Alliance is going to now focus onto this tier 2 bottom. It's still 5 minutes away from the 30-minute XP timer, so they're not going to be able to get like a huge advantage from it. But hey, it's an objective nonetheless. It looks like Alliance, they just want to keep this aggression going, moving now towards the mid lane. FNG moving up to the high ground. We'll actually run into Toby. Oh, the arena comes out, but the spear actually misses. So Toby doesn't get anything out of this. Hanskin now just jumps forward. Oh, he goes for the toss back. He ends up tossing the zombie. Oh no! It doesn't matter. Nika baby, he's carrying on going forwards anyway. Jumps straight towards the back lines. The spear comes out there from Toby, pushes everyone back. The Tornado only catches onto S4. But the Nika baby just keeps a couple of crits to Toby. He brings him down despite the fact that it is that bulwark facing damage. He still drops anyway. Hanskin finds a grab onto Aramis. And he drops as well. There's creeps at the tier 2 tower. Might potentially just see him go straight for that. Don't really care about just tanking down this tower. More kills. More space for Alliance. More gold. More XP. More pressure. More danger for Viking. Another tier 2. Drop him. Creeps soon to arrive from the tier 2 up top. We'll probably see him just take that down as well. Limp does so much damn damage to towers, especially with the Desolator reducing the armor for him. I'm not sure what Viking can do to well, I know what they can do, as I was saying, it's the arena and the egg, but they really need the perfect initiation. I think they have to initiate as well. Every time they get initiated onto, it just ends in disaster. And then once again, Alliance is jumping forward and find an easy grab from Nika Baby there onto Solera. He drops pretty quickly. Arena now gets committed just to try and help him retreat. Unfortunately, gets hit by the Rod of Atos. He can't quite get back in time. Definitely Blast going to force Nika Baby to go back, but he's just going to re-engage once again. Toby, he's just trying to bulwark and walk away, but it's just too damn slow. He can't escape from this. He gets controlled in place. FNG just slowly walking up this high ground. Does not care about the fact that he's got the cold snap onto him. The Alliance now will fall back. There is a buyback from Solera, but I don't think Viking Alliance really care too much about that. They're still not quite ready to push up to the high ground. They're probably just going to wait for this next Roshan. It'll be the Roche with the cheese in it as well. And then we'll probably see him make a move. Quickly and Charm into the hands of FNG, so he's going to be able to spam them soul rips even more. Lably jabbly. Oh, actually, down bomb. Aramis. Looks like he's getting caught out here once again. Can't quite go for the dive because there's too much lockdown. Another kill for Limp, and then that's his godlike spree. It's all game pretty out of control. Alliance just keeping this every single time that anyone on the side of Viking steps out of the base, just everyone on Alliance just collapses onto him. I don't think a single Alliance member has been on their own half of the map for about five minutes or so. 5-7 minutes, something like that. It's just constant pressure coming out from them. And there's just no need for them to fall back. There really isn't. They've got all the farm they need, and all this constant pressure is just delaying Vikings' farm as well. Enchanted Quiver on Nika Baby. Does that actually give him the plus 400 bonus damage? I thought it has to be ranged. Or is the range bit just the... Yeah, it is actually giving the 400 bonus magic damage. Oh, 300 bonus magic damage and 400 bonus attack range. Viking, they probably just feel so powerless right now. Just every single wave is constantly pushed in. Looks like Tanno's making his way towards bottom. He makes sure that the Ghost Walk effect doesn't apply onto the creeps. They realise that he was there, and he's just ran all the way around to the Dire Triangle now, trying to find some farm. So at least he's going to get something. Obviously, he realises that no one on the side of Alliance is actually going to be over this part of the map. They're all heavily focused on the Radiant side. Oh, they're actually going to TP back as an engagement's already happening. Nico Baby jumps onto Soleri, brings him down super damn quick. So now even Nico Baby's got like himself. Now Toby's in forward retreat. Another dagger out there from Nico Baby. Jumps forward. He's going to try and survive his bulwark, but it's not enough. The arena gets committed to hold everyone back. Not that it really matters. Limp now sets up for an easy LSA onto Aramis. Aramis ends up falling. More buybacks come out from Toby. Hanskin, he actually jumps his back, trying to make a bit of space. But he looks to eventually might actually drop there. Nico Baby, he's just keeping his aggression, running straight onto Chad. He's just able to make it into the ball. Toby quickly falls though once again. So that's a dieback. Even a buyback now comes out from Aramis, and the egg hit by the tier 4s doesn't really help at all. Hanskin's just hiding in the trees, waiting for another jump forward, potentially. But Viking, they just can't find anything. They're just losing more and more members. And they're just waiting in the sideline. Hanskin, he finds a toss there onto Shad, throws him back into the way Mars Alliance. Shad falls super quick. And now it looks like Tanner's probably going to get caught. Aramis ends up falling. Yeah, Viking called GG. Another team wipe. And just absolute destruction coming out from Alliance there. Just wiped the floor with Viking. Absolutely super dominant showing. Just yeah. I can't. There's only so many ways I can say that Alliance just completely destroyed him. Really destroyed him. All right, what was the actual end score on what's that? I believe Nico Baby and Limp. 16-1 on Limp and 10-0 on Nico Baby. Real damn dominant. Just did not seem like there was much that Viking could really do, despite the fact that I quite like their lineup. They cover all the bases. It's just the fact every single time they got initiated on, they just couldn't quite have the utility to or just the positioning really to keep themselves in those fights, and they just lost pretty much every single time. But even so, GG to Alliance. Very nicely played by them. And yeah, there's not really much else I can say. It's just an absolute stomp. It really was a stomp. Well played to Alliance. Very well played. But if you guys have enjoyed what I've been able to provide here, then please think about following me on Twitch, Twitter, or YouTube. I post on Twitter what I'm going to be casting in advance. So yeah, if you want to support me and catch what I'm going to be doing in the future, then yeah, please stick around. The next game I'm actually going to be casting is Secret versus Just Error, which is coming up in about 50 minutes or so. So yeah, if you guys want to watch that, then yeah, please stick around and it'll be coming up shortly. So cheers, and I'll see you later.